Hi, I'm Muckety Muck Virgil the Doubtful, and this is the poorly animated Book of Mormon, and we are in the 8th chapter of Mosiah. Now that we're done with King Benjamin's big speech and the trip by Ammon into the great wilderness, away from Zarahemla and back to Lehi, Nephi, Ephi, Narpha, Hemlon, or whatever they're calling this place, we find ourselves in a conversation between King Limhi and Ammon. And it came to pass, as it often does, that after King Limhi had made an end of speaking, yeah, you always say that, Book of Mormon, and you never mean it, to his people, for he spake many things unto them, and only a few of them have I written in this book. He told his people all the things concerning their brethren who were in the land of Zarahemla. How does he know these things? Is he just repeating what Ammon told him, or does he know other things? And he caused that Ammon should stand before the multitude and rehearse. Okay, here we go. Question answered. Rehearse unto them all that had happened unto their brethren from the time that Zeniff went out of the land, even unto the time that he himself came up out of the land. So I guess this implies that these are just the people of Nephi, not the people of Lehi, Nehi. And he also rehearsed unto them the last words which King Benjamin had taught them, and explained them to the people of King Limhi, so they might understand all the words he had spake. Please don't repeat them. And it came to pass that after Ammon had done all this, King Limhi dismissed the multitude, and caused that they should return everyone unto his own house. Wow. Deja vu all over again. And it came to pass that he caused that the plates, which contained the record of his people from the time that they left the land of Zarahemla, should be brought before Ammon, that he might read them. Now, as soon as Ammon had read the record, the king inquired of him to know if he could interpret languages, and Ammon told him that he could not. And the king said unto him, Being grieved for the afflictions of my people, I cause that 43 of my people should take a journey into the wilderness, that thereby they might find the land of Zarahemla. How did you know it was there? That we might appeal unto our brethren to deliver us out of bondage. And they were lost in the wilderness for the space of many days, yet they were diligent, and found not the land of Zarahemla, but returned to this land, having traveled in the land of many waters. What is that? Where is the land of many waters? Michigan? They went to Michigan, having discovered a land which was covered with the bones of men, and of beasts, and which was covered in ruins of buildings of every kind. Where is this? Having discovered a land which had been peopled with a people who are as numerous as the host of Israel. And for a testimony that the things that they had said are true, they have brought 24 plates, which are filled with engravings, and they are of pure gold. I want to point this out. Pure gold. Pure gold is heavy, very heavy, and soft, and plates of gold would be very bad writing material. And behold, also they have brought breastplates, which are large, and they are of brass and copper and perfectly sound. Okay? And again, they have brought swords. Swords. There are no swords in ancient America. Native Americans didn't use swords. The hilts thereof have perished, and the blades thereof were cankered with rust. And there is no one in the land that is able to interpret the language of the engravings or on the plates. Therefore I say unto thee, canst thou translate? And I say unto thee again, knowest thou of anyone that can translate? You just asked him twice in a row. For I am desirous that these records should be translated into our language. For perhaps, what language are you speaking? What language are you, I don't, confused. They will give us a knowledge of the remnant of the people who have been destroyed from whence these records came, or perhaps they will give us a knowledge of the very people who have been destroyed, and I am desirous to know the cause of their destruction. Do you think they're writing the cause of their destruction? I mean, I guess they could have. The enemy is outside the gate and we're all going to die. Maybe who's dictating? Old joke. Now Ammon said unto him, I can assuredly tell thee, O king, of a man who can translate the records, for he has wherewith that he can look and translate all records that are of an ancient date. And it is a miracle, and is a gift from God. And the things that are called interpreters, what are things? So he's not interpreting them. He has translation things called interpreters. That's very literal. And no man can look in them except, tell me more. And no man can look into them except he be commanded, lest he should look for that he ought not, and he should perish. It's a really convoluted way of saying you'll die if you look at them. And whosoever is commanded to look in them, that same is called a seer. Again, literal. I think these are the Uman and Thummim. I think that's what they're called. I don't know. They're maybe not. But another magical device for us to enjoy. And behold, the king of the people who are in the land of Zarahemla is the man that is commanded to do these things, and who has this high gift from God. It's like the seer stones in the Lord of the Rings. And the king said, a seer is greater than a prophet. Why is a seer greater than a prophet? It seems like a seer is just somebody who looks in a ball and tells you what they see, and a prophet is someone who gets messages from God. I could be wrong. And Ammon said that a seer is a revelator and a prophet also. A seer is a revelator and a prophet. So he gets the whole kit. And a gift which is greater can no man have. So seer is top of the line. except he should possess the power of God, which no man can, so I haven't bothered mentioning. Yet a man can have great power given him from God. But a seer can know of things which are past, and also of things which are to come, probably even things which are happening right now. And by them, seers, shall all things be revealed. Or, rather, again, correcting in the middle of a sentence, shall secret things be made manifest, and hidden things shall come to light, and things which are not known shall be made known by them, and also things shall be made known by them which otherwise could not be known. Well, okay, great, thank you. Thus God has provided a means that man, through faith, might work mighty miracles. I thought he had like a thing he was looking into. Therefore he becometh a great benefit to his fellow human beings. And now, when Aman had made the end of speaking these words, the king rejoiced exceedingly and gave thanks to God, saying, Doubtless a great mystery is contained within these plates, and these interpreters were doubtless prepared for the purpose of unfolding all such mysteries to the children of men. Oh, how marvelous are the works of the Lord, and how long doth he suffer with his people. Yea, and how blind and impenetrable are the understandings of the children of men, for they will not seek wisdom. Aren't you seeking wisdom now? Neither do they desire that she, who is she, should rule over them. Wait, is that right? So I actually went out to lds.org and looked at their official book, because I didn't know if there's a typo, but it says, neither do they desire that she should rule over them. Mosiah 8:20. I don't know what that means. Yea, they are as a wild flock, which fleeth the shepherd, and scattereth, and are driven, and are devoured by the beasts of the forest. Okay, so an entire chapter just to let us know that King Limmy has some plates that Ammon is going to take back, I guess, so that King Mosiah can interpret them. Look, I did that in the middle of 20 seconds instead of 21 verses. You're welcome. And we are moving on to the next chapter, chapter 9. I, Zeniff. What? Wait, what happened? What happened? Well, first, A, nothing came to pass, and B, who is Zeniff? What happened to King Limhy and Ammon and Mosiah and... Oh, is this what's on the plates? Is this the translation on the plates, or are we just jumping directly in? I, Zeniff, having been taught in all the language of the Nephites, I thought there was just one language, and having had a knowledge of the land of Nephi, he doesn't call it the land of Lehi Nephi, or the land of our father's first inheritance, and having been sent as a spy among the Lamanites that I might spy out their forces, spies and subterfuge, that our army might come upon them and destroy them. But when I saw that which was good among them, okay, wow, that's unexpected. I was desirous that they should not be destroyed. This seems like a mistake in this book. Normally this would be commendable, but in this book it feels like a mistake. Therefore I contended with my brethren in the wilderness, of course, for I would that our ruler should make a treaty with them. But he, being an austere and a bloodthirsty man, commanded that I should be slain. Oh, goodness. But I was rescued by the shedding of much blood. For father fought against father, and brother fought against brother, until the greater number of our army was destroyed in the wilderness, and we returned, those of us that were spared, to the land of Zarahemla, to relate that tale to their wives and their children. Bummer. And yet, I, being overzealous to inherit the land of our father, collected as many as were desirous to go to possess the land, and we started again our journey in the wilderness to go up into the land. But we were smitten with famine and sore afflictions, for we were slow to remember the Lord our God. Okay. Nevertheless, after many days wandering in the wilderness, we pitched our tents in the place where our brethren were slain. Man, yeah, maybe not right there. Which was near to the land of our fathers. And it came to pass that I went again with 4 of my men into the city, and unto the king, that I might know the disposition of the king, and that I might know if I might go in with my people and possess the land in peace. Seems likely. And I went in unto the king, and he covenanted with me that I might possess the land of Lehi Nephi, and the land of Shilom. Of course, we don't know where any of this is. And he also commanded that his people should depart out of the land, and I and my people went into the land that we might possess it. Wow, that went better than expected. How? Why? Are you serious? That's it? This isn't a trick? And we began to build buildings, to repair the walls of the city. Yay! Even the walls of the city Lehi Nephi. Why is it called that? And the city of Shilom. So there were 2 cities in the land of Nephi, or the land of Lehi Nephi. And we began to till the ground, yay! Even with all manner of seeds, with seeds of corn and of wheat and of barley, which doesn't exist in the old world, and with knees. What's knees? N-E-A-S, knees. Am I just not aware of what that is? And with Sheum, S-H-E-U-M. I don't know what these are. Hang on, let me get a look. Right, I'm back, and here's the thing. There's no such thing. Sheum and whatever, knees are not only found in the Book of Mormon. They have no other secular meaning, which makes me confused, because if the words Neas and Sheum are actual plants, Then why didn't he give them modern names? Because he gave corn, wheat, and barley modern names. So why have these two untranslated words? Is this just a phonetic translation? Like I don't know what these are? Doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. They also had seeds of all manner of fruits, and we began to multiply and prosper in the land. Now, it was the cunning and craftiness of the king Layman, oh, his name is Layman, to bring my people into bondage, that he yielded up the land that we might possess it. It was a trap! Therefore, it came to pass that after we had dwelt in the land for the space of 12 years, he waited 12 years to spring this trap on you, that King Laman began to grow uneasy, lest by any means my people should wax strong in the land, and that so it's not a trap, he just got weird about it. They could not overpower them and bring them into bondage. Now, they were a lazy and idolatrous people. Therefore, they were desirous to bring us into bondage, that they might glut themselves with the labor of our hands. I like that. Glut themselves with the labor of our hands. Yea, that they might feast themselves upon our flocks of our fields. Therefore, it came to pass that King Laman began to stir up his people, that they should contend with my people. Therefore, there began to be wars and contentions in the land. For in the 30th year of my reign in the land of Nephi, not Lehi, Nephi, away on the south, on the land of Shalom, so Shalom is south of Nephi, when my people were watering and feeding their flocks and tilling their lands, a numerous host of Lamanites came upon them and began to slay them, to take their flocks and the corn of their fields. Yea! And it came to pass that they fled, and that were not overtaken even into the city of Nephi, and did call upon me for protection. And it came to pass that I did arm them with bows and arrows and swords and why is it spelled weird? Let me go look. I'll be back. And I'm back. And it does apparently mean scimitar. Or it possibly means something else, or they don't know. But why is it spelled with a C? And it's again, if this is a modern translation, why is he using a phonetic word? Scimitars and clubs and slings and all manner of weapons that we could invent. Oh, good. They've decided in the middle of this they're going to invent new weapons. And I and my people did go forth against the Lamanites to battle. Yea! In the strength of the Lord did we go forth into battle against the Lamanites, for I and my people did cry mightily to the Lord, that he would deliver us out of the hands of our enemies, for we were awakened to a remembrance of the deliverance of our father. So no atheists in foxholes, I guess. And God did hear our cries and did answer our prayers. And we did go forth in his might, yea, we did go forth against the Lamanites, and in one day and a night we did slay 3,043. Wow. It even gives a number. We did slay them even until we had driven them out of our land. And I with my own hands did help bury their dead. And behold, to our great sorrow and lamentation, 279 of our brethren were slain. That's still pretty good odds, man. That's a pretty good kill-death ratio. You should be proud of that. And that is the end of the 9th chapter of Mosiah, in which we've met Zeniff. This is some sort of weird flashback. I assume it's what's on the plates, although it doesn't tell us that. Although we know the end result. The end result is that they get enslaved. Problem with flashbacks. And we know that King Laman, of course his name is King Laman, has a terrible plan. He just gave up the land and then came back 12 years later and attacked them, which seems like a lot of work. My plans are not nearly as convoluted. I will be back soon with chapter 10, maybe chapter 10 and 11. I don't know, I haven't looked. But I hope you'll join me. I, as always, am your guide, Virgil, and this has been the Poorly Animated Book of Mormon.